Welcome to Just Don't from Palace Advisor, helping you navigate the ups and downs of running a business. And now, a man who has been there, done that, and capitalized on it, Matt Palace.
You know, this topic is personal for me. But let's start with something a little lighter. How many of you out there were fans of the TV show Succession? If you were, then you know the name Logan Roy. He was the founder and CEO of the fictional media conglomerate Waystar Royco. And throughout the show, he pondered what he was going to do next with his company and which one of his kids would be the worthy successor to his media empire. While this is a common issue for many family businesses, this one had a dramatic twist. What if dad decides to go rogue and pit his kids against each other Survivor style to see who would come out on top? Well, for anyone who watched the show, you know what happened. As it turned out, none of his kids were ready to take up the challenge. And so, spoiler alert, his son-in-law ended up as the heir to the throne. The majority of businesses in America are small and mid-sized private companies that were founded by one person. Eventually, the decision has to be made. Do we pass it on to the family, sell it to an outside interest, elevate one of the executives, or maybe just fold up the tent stakes and start again? Family business successions have a fail rate well above other ownership transitions, and statistics tell us that only 3 out of every 10 family businesses make it to the second generation. If you talk to Shark Tank's Kevin O'Leary, aka Mr. Wonderful, passing on the family business starts with evaluating your relationships first. I'm sure he, like me, has seen some incredible destructive successions that not only failed, but unfortunately tore families apart. In my own case, it took 5 years to fully repair my relationship with my parents when I took over the family-owned law firm that they had built. But you know what? Thankfully, we're in a better place than now more than ever. And if you're watching, I love you guys. I was fortunate I had the skill set to eventually grow the company far beyond what my parents had envisioned. But for many parents, assuming your offspring are equipped to match their unique skill sets is a potentially perilous concept. Some have seen the writing on the wall and made decisions to keep the family involved, but not in an operational capacity. I mean, look at Warren Buffett. He chose to put his kids on the board to help keep the culture, but they really don't make any real meaningful decisions. But I suppose when you have billions, you can choose to be a little bit more ambiguous. If it's a small business, though, you're going to have your kids in the trenches, and the question is, are they really going to be able to handle it or not? So how do you know if they're ready? Well, you need to evaluate their passion first and foremost. I mean, do they really want it? If this is just about the money and not about the desire to build on the foundation that was built by the previous generations, I'm going to tell you something. It's going to fail. Do they have the operational understanding of the business? I mean, did they work within the company? And how successful were they actually? The bottom line is just don't assume they're ready, capable, or willing. Take the family blinders off and ask yourself this sobering question. If this person wasn't in my family, would I even be considering this? But if they are, then do your best to work together to cement a legacy that could give your business even more generations of success. I'm Matt Palace. This is not the last time we're going to talk about this, but for now, as I always say, don't be sus. And join us next time for another edition of the Just Don't podcast. Also, just don't forget to like the show and subscribe to our Palace Advisor YouTube channel.
Thanks for viewing. If you enjoyed this content, please like the video and subscribe to our Palace Advisor YouTube channel. And just don't forget to visit us at palaceadvisor.com.